Good morning, students. Now we go for discussing test for single proportion and test for comparison of two population proportions. What do you mean by test for single proportion under large sample test? We already know that large sample is that sample where n, that is lowercase n size, is always more than or equal to 30. Understand? So in the large samples, then what do you mean by test for single proportion? Okay. Always remember that test for single means only one population would be there. In that population, we are taking some sample. That sample information we are comparing with that population only. So single proportion, single mean, all these are all what we call within the population sample information collected and sample information calculated, and that information will be compared with that of the same population. Then what do you mean by test for single proportion? As you all know that proportion means what? Part. So through the proportion, what you are going for? You are actually going for comparison. Comparison. So generally the part, the quantity, right, in terms of what you call the percentage, all these are all nothing but what? Some quantitative information which allows us to understand about something. Now here the thing which is under observation is nothing but our population. So population means big circle. Okay. So from this population, for what to call any kind of proportion information, we need not to get all the information of the population directly. So what we are doing here, actually we are taking some part of that population. That some part you are calling as the sample. Always remember that from now onwards, the population proportion is going to be denoted by higher case English alphabet capital P. The sample proportion you are going to denote by means of what you call the lowercase alphabet small p. Okay. With this small p, you are going to imagine, you are going to compare whether the population proportion is also going to be what you call some given value. So what you call this the test for single proportion. Okay. Suppose that one company which actually provides various services to the customers, understand, wants to know actually how many of the people really wants to have their services. Let us take what you call the drug manufacturers, like what you call Apollo hospitals are there, Reddy laboratories are there, understand. As you all know that nowadays this is also in a new kind of business venture. The Apollo hospitals started opening up what you call their retail outlets on every what you call the road where you find more crowd. Okay, exclusively Apollo medical stores. Understand? So let us suppose that in Hyderabad city, how many medical stores of the Apollo company can be what you call open up. So there it's not required to go each and every area of what you called the Hyderabad city and to have the information about what you call the people who are willing to purchase the medicines from that Apollo medical outlets. The best way to save the time, to save the money is nothing but apply the sampling methods, that to what you call the test for single proportion. Exclusively in one or two areas of what you called the Hyderabad, the people will be questioned, the people will be asked to give the response. Okay. So that response actually makes the company to take a decision how many outlets are required throughout Hyderabad city. The people who are actually willing to have the Apollo medical outlets is nothing but the proportion. Getting my point? Strictly speaking here, the small p is a what you call proportion value you are going to get by means of the small ratio formula, where x is nothing but the number of people actually wants to have that particular facility. So here what is the particular facility? Medical stores. And where n is nothing but you know very well, which is nothing but the sample size. Getting my point? So by dividing the sample size with the number of people actually willing to have that wanted kind of facility, not only in the what you called outlets opening situation, every business, let us take what you call the Bata footwears. Strictly speaking, the very first company who started the what you call giving franchise to the outsiders is nothing but, as per my knowledge goes, Bata company. So there also, before giving permission to the outsiders to open up their what you call franchises, they conduct all these kinds of research. What you call is the marketing research. Unless otherwise they know the customer base, they cannot come forward to establish their business units. Understand? So here the small p is nothing but the proportion of the sample. This proportion of the sample really explaining about the proportion of the entire Hyderabad city, this entire big circle we are going to test. So this test is known as a test for single proportion. Remember that the large sample test, small sample test, the testing procedure is same. What it is changing actually, the null and alternate hypothesis and the test statistic, nothing but the formula. Now under the test for single proportion, what is a null hypothesis? What is a null hypothesis? A hypothesis of no difference. That's why for h as a suffix we write here 0. It's not O. Don't confuse. It's a numerical value, 0 difference. So H naught is nothing but capital P is equal to any given capital P naught, where P naught is a constant value. Remember that always null and alternate hypothesis explains about the big circle. That means about the population, not about the sample. That's why while writing the null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, you have to be very careful that you need to use the higher case English alphabets. Right? Now, in terms of words, how do you write here according to the notation? The population, the population proportion is equal to the given value. What is the given value here? Nothing but P naught. You have to write. Same way. Next, what is the next thing? Alternative hypothesis. So what is the notation? What we are using here? H1. Or else if you want you can use HA also. H1. So what is the theory it says you? So which is exactly not equal to P naught. Capital letters again. But in the problems you may get not equal to, less than, greater than, like that. But in the theory we just simply write not equal to. Then what is the statement is going to be? H1. The population proportion is not equal to the given value. What is that? P naught. So these are the null and alternative hypothesis. Now 3 marks in your pocket. I already told you. Just by writing null and alternative hypothesis, you will be awarded 3 marks out of 10 marks. Be careful. So especially in the problematic papers, don't compare only the answer, isn't it? Even having a good start, writing a formula correctly, explaining each and every term in the formula perfectly, also awards marks, understand? So you have to remember this point. Then what is the next very very important thing? Nothing but the formula. So what to call this formula? The special term test statistic. Test statistic. Okay. Now what is that? Always a large sample test follows normal distribution. That means standard normal distribution. How we are going to denote by means of Z? Z is equal to small p minus capital P naught whole divided by under square root capital P naught capital Q naught by n, which follows the standard normal distribution 0, 1. Okay. So this is called the test statistic formula for the large sample test under single proportion. Now here few terms are there. How do we get Q naught? Entire probability, revolves what to call around those two terms. What is the P plus Q? What is the value of Q naught? The Q naught value is going to be minus 1 minus P naught. That's it. Now what is N? N is nothing but the sample size. This also So what is P? This value will be given. Small p will be given in the, in the problem. So small p is nothing but the sample proportion. Sample proportion. Same way, capital P naught is nothing but population proportion. Population proportion. But remember that most of the time the small p directly will not be given. How do we get? By using this formula, x by n. Again, what is x here? X is nothing but the number of people or number of things, number of people, prefer that particular services or having that particular attribute. Understand? The number of successes. The exact word, mathematical term here, the number of successes. Understand? Again, n is nothing but the sample size. Then what is the decision making? As usual, decision, how do you take? So generally for theory, what you consider two-tailed table value. The two-tailed, the song will never changes. The two-tailed table value of N01 will be collected for any given alpha percent LOS. Okay. Then what is the decision? If modulus of ZC stands for calculated value, less than or equal to ZT, T stands for table value. So what is the decision making? You accept H0. If modulus of ZC, greater than ZT, so what is the decision? You reject the null hypothesis. So remember that indirectly if you are accepting the null hypothesis means what you are doing here? You are rejecting the alternative hypothesis. Here also if you are rejecting the null hypothesis means indirectly you are accepting the alternative hypothesis. Okay. So then what are the confidence limits? Very, very important. Confidence limits. Or else what is that one more name? Fiducial limits. Okay. The fiducial limits can be written like this. So in the formula, in the numerator, whatever the sample information is there, that you write down. So in this numerator, in this formula, the sample information is small p plus or minus the table value. The table value, if you want, you can write ZT or Z alpha by 2, whatever, ZT into the entire denominator term. What is the entire denominator term you are calling as? The standard error. Okay. So what is that? Standard error. This is, so strictly speaking, what is the expansion of this? Small p plus or minus zt into square root of p naught q naught by n. So this is your fiducial limits or else the confidence limits. Okay. So what is this procedure is known as test for single proportion. Okay. Now we go for test 4. What is that? Extension of the proportion test, that is test for double proportion. So this also be called as test for comparison of two population proportions. Now here what happens, previously about opening up of Apollo medical stores in Hyderabad. Now let us suppose that the Apollo companies wants to know their importance in one more city also. Let us take Bengaluru, isn't it? Then what happens, they want to compare Hyderabad information with that of the Bengaluru information. So for that one, what they are taking small part of the Hyderabad city, and also they are taking the small part of the Bengaluru city, and these two informations have been compared. This way of conducting test procedure is known as test for comparison of two population proportions. Now here what are the notations are going to be? Just same notations, but here you will get suffix things like 1, 2. Okay. Now let us suppose that the first population proportion capital P1. The second population proportion becomes capital P2. Same way the first sample proportion becomes small p1. Second sample proportion becomes small p2. But how do you get small p1? X1 by n1. How do you get p2 small p2? X2 by n2. Where x1 is the number of people willing in this sample, where n1 is the sample of this first. X2 is the number of people willing to have that service in the second sample, and n2 is the second sample size. That's all. Then what is the null hypothesis is going to be? Very, very important. The null hypothesis is, okay, H naught capital P1 is equal to capital P2. What is P1? The first population proportion is equal to the second population proportions. If you want, you can write any given value capital P naught. Whether these two population proportions are equal to any fixed value P naught, like that. This also, in this way also you can extend. Then what is the verbal information? The two population proportions are equal to a given value P naught. Then what is the alternative hypothesis is going to be? H1. Capital P1 is not equal to capital P2. So what is the verbal statement here? The two population proportions are not equal. Okay. Then what is the test statistic? Test statistic. So which is nothing but Z is equal to small p1 minus small p2 whole divided by under square root PQ 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2, which follows N01. So this is the test statistic formula for test for comparison of two population proportions. Now here what is small p1? Nothing but x1 by n1. What is small p2? x2 by n2. Where n1 comma n2 are the sample sizes, x1 comma x2 are the number of people which are willing to have that particular service, or the number of successes. Technically speaking, what is it? The number of successes in the first sample, the number of successes in the second sample. Okay. Sometimes what happens, they will not give the capital P. So then what you need to do, you need to go for estimation. So for this one, you need to do this formula. N1 P1 plus N2 P2 all lowercase letters by N1 plus N2. So that is equal to. Now all of you observe here N1 P1, if you cross multiply, what is this? X1. N2 P2, if you cross multiply here, what you get? X2. That means this entire term is nothing but X1, this entire term is nothing but X2. So what is the one more simplified form of this one? X1 plus X2 by N1 plus N2. So both are same. If you want, you can use this form or this form. Now same way, what is the decision making now? Decision. So the given alpha percentile wise stable value will be calculated. Same thing. If modulus of ZC less than or equal to ZT, so what is the decision? We accept H0. If modulus of ZC greater than ZT, what is the decision making? We reject H0, or else here indirectly what we are doing, we are rejecting the alternative hypothesis. Here what actually we are doing, we are accepting the alternative hypothesis. Then what are the fiducial limits? Very, very important. Fiducial limits are the confidence limits. So remember that you need not to by heart the confidence limits formula. Just rewriting, readjusting of the given test statistic. How to do that? In this formula, whatever sample information is there, that you write down. Now generally in the comparative test, all the numerator becomes sample information. So what you get here? Small p1 minus small p2 plus or minus ZT or Z alpha by 2. ZT stands for table value into standard error. In all this test statistic, the denominator value is known as the standard error. So what is the standard error here? Square root of, okay, PQ 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. So this is called the fiducial limits or else the confidence limits. So till now what we discussed, the theoretical part of the third test. What is the test for single proportion and as well as the test for double proportion. Now let us see this slide. So test for the population proportion or the test for the single proportion. So what is capital P? The proportion of individuals possessing a certain characteristic in the population. Generally attribute. Attribute means non-measurable characteristic. The next one is the null hypothesis. H0 P is equal to P0. So population proportion is equal to a specified value. Next, alternative hypothesis. Test statistic. Okay. So here both are same, you will confuse this. Just remember one form. So Z alpha by 2 standard error into two-tailed test. Test for significant difference between two sample proportions or test for equality of two population proportions. So comparison capital P1 capital P2, null hypothesis verbal statement, H1 P1 is not equal to P2, the two population proportions are not equal. Test statistic. So this formula is very important. Whenever capital P is not given, you can use this formula. So this is the confidence limit or the fiducial limits. So now we go for problems.